Welcome to Tathastu ICS. My name is Rishi Kodwani and this is the answer writing session for the subject of international relations. In this session, we are going to discuss the paper of 2024. So without wasting much time, let's begin with the first question. The first question says, the West is fostering India as an alternative to reduce dependence on China's supply chain and as a strategic ally to counter China's political and economic dominance. Explain this statement with example. Now, if we try to break this question, if we try to bifurcate this question into different parts, the first thing it is saying is that the West. Now, what is considered as West? The West is simply, we collectively say, the part of Americas. The part of Americas and Europe is considered as West. Now, Americas and Europe are trying to foster India as an alternative to reduce dependence. यानी इंडिया के ऊपर ज्यादा डिपेंड होना चाहते हैं एंड दे वांट टू स्विच द डिपेंडेंस फ्रॉम चाइना टू इंडिया. अब चाइना के किस रिस्पेक्ट में वो अपनी डिपेंडेंस कम चाहते हैं? चाइना's supply chain. So they are trying to reduce the dependence. What the Western countries are trying to reduce the dependence on China's supply chain. एक दूसरी बात, on the strategic ally कि how was China earlier a strategic ally और अब कैसे धीरे धीरे Western countries are trying to switch towards India, come towards India in order to make India as a strategic ally. तो दो चीजें, पहला कैसे Western countries are switching from China to India with respect to supply chain और दूसरा with respect to strategic ally. This is in order to counter China's political and economic dominance. तो final objective क्या है? Switch करना क्यों चाहते हैं? In order to achieve China's political and economic dominance. ये पूरा इस क्वेश्चन को deconstruct करने की कोशिश की जा रही है. So the idea is that first you have to explain that why China is dominant. Why is China dominant in the supply chain? और दूसरा, सेकेंड थिंग यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन कि पॉलिटिकल और इकोनॉमिक डोमिनेंस, कि चाइना जो पॉलिटिकली और इकोनॉमिकली डोमिनेंट है उसको काउंटर करने के लिए हाउ कैन इंडिया, व्हाट इज देयर इन इंडिया फॉर विच इंडिया कैन बिकम अ कंसिस्टेंट सप्लाई चेन पार्टनर एंड अ कंसिस्टेंट स्ट्रेटेजिक अलाई. तो ये चीज हमने एक्सप्लेन करनी है. सो इट इज सेइंग एक्सप्लेन दिस स्टेटमेंट. तो एक्सप्लेन क्या करना है? एक्सप्लेन ये करना है कि कैसे हाउ द वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज कैन डिपेंड ऑन इंडिया फॉर सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट एंड ऑल्सो हाउ कैन द वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज डिपेंड ऑन इंडिया फॉर इंडिया टू मेक इंडिया अ स्ट्रेटेजिक अलाई. ये क्वेश्चन है. दिस क्वेश्चन हैज टू बी आंसर्ड इन 150 वर्ड्स. 150 वर्ड्स का ये क्वेश्चन है एंड फॉर 150 वर्ड्स वी एक्सपेक्ट द आंसर टू बी रिटन इन 7 मिनट्स. तो with this background, with these pointers, I first give you a time frame of 7 minutes. Please attempt this question in 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, I'll come back and we'll see what are the different pointers, what are the different points that should have been included in this question. So your time starts now. So I hope you have attended this question. Now let us understand what could have been the introduction, what could have been the body, and what points could have been included in the conclusion. Therefore, to understand, to start with the very basic introduction. अब इस क्वेश्चन का इंट्रोडक्शन क्या हो सकता है? इस क्वेश्चन का इंट्रोडक्शन क्या हो सकता है? तो what we can start is that what made China to become a supply chain dominant power and a strategic ally. तो we can say that in the emergence of, हमें पता है चाइना का एक पॉलिसी है, चाइना's one project is there which has its presence globally, that is BRI, Belt and Road Initiative, जिसमें वाया लैंड रूट्स और मरीन रूट्स दोनों तरीके से वो अलग अलग कंट्रीज को कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहा है इन ऑर्डर टू इंक्रीज इट्स ट्रेड. तो एक BRI, एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ BRI चाइना has increased its presence globally. दूसरा हमें पता है इसी BRI के अंडर चाइना बहुत लो इंटरेस्ट पे लोन्स भी प्रोवाइड करता है. इट ट्राइज टू प्रोवाइड मल्टीपल लोन्स, लेकिन हमें मालूम है ये जो लोन्स होते हैं इट हैज सम कंडीशंस अटैच्ड, जिसकी वजह से हम इसको बोलते हैं डेट ट्रैप पॉलिसी. तो इन दिस बैकग्राउंड कि चाइना का BRI प्रोजेक्ट एंड बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स इकोनॉमिक पावर टू गिव लोन्स, the Western countries have come up with something known as, you can use the keywords like China plus one strategy. You should use the keywords like China plus one strategy. So Western countries have said that now solely depending on China is not a good option. तो हमें धीरे धीरे China plus one strategy पे जाना चाहिए. So with this introduction we can come to the body, that what should be the body of this question. Body of this question को समझने के लिए we can go back to the question and we can say, so how can India become a supply chain partner and how can India become a strategic ally? तो पॉलिटिकली और इकोनॉमिक डोमिनेंस दोनों को काउंटर करना है और दोनों के रिस्पेक्ट में हमने बताना है कि कैसे इंडिया स्ट्रेटेजिक अलाई भी बन सकता है और सप्लाई चेन पार्टनर भी बन सकता है. तो फॉर एग्जांपल हम इन केस ऑफ इंडिया, इन केस ऑफ बॉडी, व्हाट वी कैन राइट इज दैट India has countered the presence of China by forming a quadrilateral security dialogue. तो एक quadrilateral security dialogue जिसमें it is not only military but military trade, then tourism, education, multiple. It is a multi-sectoral approach. In order to counter China. It is not only solely a military organization. Then moving ahead, India has more liberalized economy. India has a more liberalized economy. Liberalized economy का मतलब क्या होता है? That the labor reforms, the idea of ease of doing business, इंडिया का ease of doing business इंडेक्स जो है वो बहुत, उसमें जो रैंकिंग है काफी ज्यादा इंप्रूव्ड है एज कंपेयर टू चाइना. सिमिलरली वी हैव स्कीम्स लाइक PLI schemes, special economic zones, in which the government gives incentives for manufacturing and exporting things in the world. Then we can also give one more example in which the more youthful and in the emergence of national education policy which focuses on vocational and skill based training, the manufacturing in India will be promoted, will be boosted. Then finally we can also give the examples of achievements achievements in the sectors like space, achievements in the sectors like DRDO, defense. So when space and defense industries prosper, they have a spillover effect. They have a spillover effect on other industries. अगर आप स्पेस में कुछ इंप्रूवमेंट करेंगे, if you improve your technology in defense sector, that same technology can be used in automobiles, that same technology can be used in communication sectors. So multi-sectoral, if you try to invest in space and defense, that achievements will also have spillover achievements in other industries. So this will further improve the employment rate. So there are variety of factors, combination of factors that you can use, that you can bring together and prove to the world that India is an alternative for China's supply chain, कि consistent तरीके से raw materials का supply आता रहेगा, and a strategic ally कि China को counter भी किया जाएगा. Finally, we come to the conclusion of this question. अब conclusion में question ये बोल रहा है to reduce dependence on China's supply chain, strategic ally to counter China's political and economic dominance. अब we try to always conclude any question on a positive note, कि कुछ negative portray नहीं करना है. तो what we can say in our conclusion is that in the world, in the globalized world, where the whole world is a global village, in the era of globalization, it is impossible for us to isolate China. हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते कि चाइना बिल्कुल ही isolate हो जाए, ये मुमकिन ही नहीं है. तो ऐसी चीज की कल्पना करना, to think that we can isolate China and we can replace China 100%, that is simply not possible. So in an era of globalization, what we can say is that China is not the problem. China is not the problem. चाइना में दिक्कत नहीं है, बट चाइना जो अनएथिकली इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड करता है, द अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस परस्यूड बाय चाइना, अनएथिकल ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस जो चाइना करता है, उससे प्रॉब्लम है. हमें चाइना एज ए कंट्री से कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन चाइना जो अनैतिक जो कार्य करता है, जो ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस है, उससे हमें प्रॉब्लम है. Therefore, we can also give the quote that democracy and economy can prosper together. We know that globally, India is a more democratic country than China. तो जितनी ज़्यादा democracy है, more freedom is there, more variety of economy is there. In case of China, the economy is more controlled by the state. Therefore, it is better to invest. It is better to make India a partner for Western countries because it is more democratic in nature. So on this note, you can conclude the answer. So this is one of the approaches that I have tried to show you. I'll give you one more example and then we'll conclude with this session. The next question in the same 2024 paper was, critically analyze India's evolving diplomatic, economic and strategic relations with Central Asian republics, highlighting their increasing significance in regional and global geopolitics. तो हमने now if this question is there, what the question is saying, first of all the keyword over here is critically analyze. Critically analyze का मतलब है कि हमने उसकी दोनों pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages, दोनों हाईलाइट करने. तो पहली चीज तो ये है कि जो भी हमारे क्वेश्चन की मेन थीम होगी, हमने उसको क्रिटिकली एनालाइज करना है. क्रिटिकली एनालाइज का मतलब क्या है, दैट वी हैव टू ब्रिंग द पॉजिटिव्स एज वेल एज नेगेटिव्स, द एडवांटेजेस एज वेल एज द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ इन द क्वेश्चन, जो भी मेन थीम है. अब मेन थीम क्या है, मेन थीम है इंडियाज इवॉल्विंग, बढ़ता हुआ और ज्यादा इंक्रीज होता हुआ डिप्लोमेटिक, इकोनॉमिक एंड स्ट्रेटेजिक रिलेशंस. यानी तीन स्फेयर्स में हमने बात करना है. पहले हमने बात करें कि डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशंस क्या है बिटवीन इंडिया एंड Central Asian republics. How has the diplomacy evolved, बढ़ाया कैसे, improve कैसे हुआ है between India and Central Asian republics? What has the economic relation, how is the economic relation changed? And third is, how is the strategic relations changed between India and Central Asian republics? इस चीज को हमने ये हमारा मेन थीम है, that is the relationship between India and सेंट्रल एशियन रिपब्लिक्स। किस फील्ड में बात करनी है? 3 फील्ड में बात करनी है। पहली फील्ड डिप्लोमेटिक, दूसरी इकोनॉमिक और तीसरी स्ट्रेटेजिक। तीसरी स्ट्रेटेजिक। ये क्वेश्चन को हमने अगेन कवर करना है 150 वर्ड्स में, और 150 वर्ड्स में हम करेंगे इस क्वेश्चन को भी 7 मिनट्स में सॉल्व। तो अगेन लाइक प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन, आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू 7 मिनट्स टाइम फ्रेम. In this 7 minutes, please attempt this question, and after 7 minutes, we'll understand what should have been the pointers to be included in this question. So your time starts now. So I hope you have attempted this question. Now let us understand what could have been the structure of this question. So let us first begin with the introduction. कि इस क्वेश्चन में इंट्रोडक्शन हम क्या लिख सकते थे. So to start with the introduction, we could simply first begin with कि what are Central Asian republics. हमें पता है 5 countries are there in Central Asia. We know the 5 countries that came out of the disintegration of USSR. तो USSR का disintegration नहीं लिखना है, लेकिन 5 countries जो बनी है Central Asia में उनके नाम पता होना चाहिए. So one is Kazakhstan, then we have Kyrgyzstan, then we have Tajikistan, then we have Turkmenistan, and then we also have Uzbekistan. तो ये 5 कंट्री के नाम आपको बताना चाहिए. You can mention the name of these 5 countries in the form of introduction, and you can also mention that what is the geography of these 5 places, because geography से ही हम आगे जाके अपने relations हम उनकी background को समझ सकते हैं. For example, the geography is very dry region. कोई बारिश नहीं है, desert area है, dry है, mountainous है. अब ये लिखना नहीं है, but we can use these words that the terrain of the Central Asian region is such that it is rich in natural resources, natural minerals. Mineral reserves बहुत सारे हैं. तो ये जो mineral reserves हैं, this automatically becomes a reason for India to have good relations. कि वहां पे जो natural minerals जो present है, that becomes a source. So we are studying in the news that every day there are examples of the need of critical minerals. So one of the biggest source, not the only source, but one of the sources in the world for critical minerals is Central Asian republics. So since the terrain is such that they are not agriculturally rich, but the soil is rich in natural minerals, therefore it is but obvious for India to become good partner, good friend of Central Asian republics. Now let us understand what could be the body of this question. Body of the question में हमने main theme को address करना है. Main theme क्या है कि हमने इंडिया को सेंट्रल एशियन रिपब्लिक्स के साथ कंपेयर करना है डिप्लोमेटिकली, इकोनॉमिकली और स्ट्रेटेजिकली. तो पहले डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशंस के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. सो हाउ कैन इंडिया, व्हाट आर द इवॉल्विंग रिलेशंस बिटवीन इंडिया एंड सेंट्रल एशियन रिपब्लिक्स डिप्लोमेटिकली. सो वी नो दैट from time immemorial, from medieval periods time, there is a trade connection. There is a trade connection between India and Central Asian republics. India, for this reason, India has also launched something known as Connect Central Asian policy, Connect Central Asia policy. तो जैसे साउथ ईस्ट एशिया के लिए हमारा ईस्ट एशिया एक्ट, लुक ईस्ट और एक्ट ईस्ट है, वैसे ही सेंट्रल एशिया के लिए वी हैव कनेक्ट सेंट्रल एशिया. देन द नेक्स्ट इज इकोनॉमिक रिलेशंस. Next is economic relations. Here we can say what are the different things that India exports to Central Asia and what are the different things India imports from Central Asia. So we know that India जो हर जगह export करता है वो Central Asia को भी export करेगा, like pharmaceuticals, like heavy machinery. ठीक है, लेकिन import क्या करता है? What are the things that India will import from Central Asian Republic? So again, like I said, they are rich in natural minerals, so there is a lot of uranium and gas, natural gas that is present in such region. So India can economically depend on the import and export. The import could be in the form of natural minerals and critical minerals. Then the strategic relationship between India and Central Asia. We know that in order to counter China and in order to counter the European nations, India has already formed India International North-South Transport Corridor. Then we have signed Ashgabat Agreement. Then there is also construction of Chabahar Port. Chabahar Port as a gateway towards Central Asia. Chabahar Port in Iran will be used to transport material, to carry out trade as a gateway to the Central Asia. So such things can be always included. Also, when we say Central Asia, the first thing that should come to your mind, is the agreement on SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So, using Shanghai Cooperation Organization, India has tried to achieve a comprehensive and a consensus-based treaty to counter terrorism. Therefore, SCO and Central Asian nations can come together and help in reducing or countering the menace of terrorism that exists in and around India. That could be the body. What have been there in the body? The 3 points that have been asked in the examination. The last thing that is there is how to conclude this question. So finally, the conclusion. So in conclusion, we can always say that Central Asia is considered as part of extended neighborhood of India. तो इंडिया का नेबरहुड तो ठीक है, साउथ एशिया में 8 कंट्रीज हैं, पाकिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान, चाइना वगैरह, बट सेंट्रल एशिया इज जस्ट अबव अफगानिस्तान. सो दैट इज व्हाई इंडिया सेज दैट सेंट्रल एशियन की जो 5 कंट्रीज है, इट इज एन एक्सटेंशन टू द नेबरहुड ऑफ द इंडिया. Therefore, India considers Central Asia as part of extended neighborhood. Therefore, it is important that such region is secured and it prospers, prosperity, and there is stability. There is stability in such region, because अगर यहाँ पे stability नहीं आएगी तो उसका spill over effect India में आएगा. So, in order for India to remain peaceful, it is important that countries in Central Asia are more stable, are more secured, and they are more prosperous and developed. So, India needs to invest and India needs to establish good relations with Central Asian republics. So, this was another example that I wanted to show you कि कैसे हम एक international relations के question को approach कर सकते हैं. So, in this session we have seen that in this session we just understood that how we can approach, what should be the points, or how should we deconstruct a question of international relations, and what are the things, what are the keywords that should be included in your introduction, body and conclusion. ऐसे ही बहुत से मेंस ओरिएंटेड फोकस तरीके से आपको मेंस आंसर राइटिंग की प्रैक्टिस कराने के लिए तथास्तु ICS is bringing मेंस महारत program for all of you. So on this note, I would invite all of you to join this program and wish you all the very best. Till then, prepare. Thank you.